Good morning. Good morning. Y'all come on in here. I'm going to go out. Make sure you share it with your people, man. I don't like to repeat myself. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Get your people in here. We got to have a serious talk about this selective outrage going on, and I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your host, Petty B, and thank you for tuning in to Morning Tea and Allegations. And I'm here this morning because partially I'm so tired of the selective outrage that's taking place, and I have to say something about it. It's been burning my spirit. And again, I was just listening to part of a radio show that was taking place in Pinellas County. Shout out to my man, Matt. And valid points, man. Valid points. We have people playing politics, playing games, and we got kids being shot up. We have things taking place going on here, and y'all want to have selective outrage. Y'all want to fight, bicker, carry on, and then you have people that are complicit in this, and they act like they are doing everything that they can, and they're not. And while we out here having selective outrage, okay, let me go to the church announcement, Jesus. Let me go to the church announcements, and then let me regroup and get it together because I'm tired. I'm tired of the selective outrage. We got children dying. We getting children getting shot up. We have all of this stuff taking place, and y'all still want to be out here fighting, carrying political games. This is ridiculous. We just found out we don't have enough funding to help our fifth graders. And if you know anything about middle school, you know that in certain communities, in certain schools, those children are 2 grade levels behind. You have fourth graders that are being jumped up to 6th grade, and they are still on the 2nd to 3rd grade reading level. And let's not even talk about the math. And then you saying that we preparing our kids for life. Everybody need to be accountable. The parents too. So let's go ahead and go with the church announcements. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the supervisor of elections for answering my questions and get some details here about some stuff that I had going on here. Now, with that being said, for those of you that live in Hillsborough County, there was something that was posted. I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you, okay? And it's about voting, okay? Here it is right here. Voting by mail is very easy. They have an easy form for you to complete for you to vote by mail, and they posted it on Facebook because I've been asking, are there going to be information to provide the community easy ways to vote by mail with this pandemic? Because we already know what time it is. And if you want to be out here and think that this pandemic is going to be over and that this coronavirus is going to be over, I'm sorry to tell you, over there international, go ahead and get a VPN and go see what's happening overseas, where literally if you go to China and you see their process of how the kids are going to school, first of all, we can barely get soap in our schools, so we definitely not going to be able to have the systems and mechanisms in place to ensure the safety of our children. We can't do no social distancing in a classroom. We could barely have soap and everything else. But anywho, so supervisor of elections made it very easy for you to request vote by mail. So thank you for that. And I'm getting information for Pinellas County too. So that way we can keep the Tampa Bay community informed about voting by mail because it's very important during this time. Now, for those of you that's going to be running the streets, y'all continuing not being careful, y'all throwing house parties, I want y'all to keep that same energy when you attempt to demand justice for the inequities that already exist in the medical industry. Let's not have selective outrage. While y'all don't want to be careful, you don't want to wash your hands, you out here having these house parties and y'all putting it on social media like it's not going to get shared and go viral. I don't want y'all to be crying, screaming justice, boo-boo the fool when you don't have insurance and you're not being seen properly by the healthcare professionals because there's a crisis and there's not a lot of room. Keep that same energy. So I hope that y'all being safe out there and stop playing these games, because at the end of the day, your life is valuable. And if you want to run these streets and act like your life ain't valuable, well, don't be over here trying to have a GoFundMe and this, that, and the third, talking about some your life is precious, this, that, and the third. We don't want to hear it. Keep that same energy, because the people done told you about social distancing. They done told you about washing your hands. They have told you about limiting contact. They have told you all of this stuff. So if you want to go out there and believe everything that's on Instagram, if you want to go out there and believe what your friends friends told you, if you want to go out there and listen to these viral videos that's targeted to you to give you misinformation to kill you, then go ahead and do that. Do that. Okay. But I'm telling you, this virus is real, is disproportionately killing our people, and we do not have the manpower or the equipment to handle this effectively. We are ranked, United States is ranked one of the worst countries right now with this coronavirus. And I don't care what your political ties are or whatever have you, but we don't have equipped leadership to handle this pandemic, period. So at the end of the day, y'all want to out here be playing these games, this, that, and third. I want you to keep that same energy, okay, when something happened to you with this coronavirus, since y'all don't want to be careful. Be advised. Let me go ahead and give my disclaimers and my video sponsors. Thank you, church members, as we have additional announcements that requires your full attention. I report the news, so please don't try me with the copyright. In addition, my Facebook page is not a democracy, and I am not Michelle Obama. If you get froggy with me on my page, don't expect me to go high and be the bigger person. I will clap back and sage later. Hashtag don't try petty B. This episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is the best way that you can securely go on the web without your information being tracked. Stay private with a VPN and go to the link www.biancagoolsby.com/VPN. It's a 30-day free trial, so there's nothing to lose. All Bets Off is a new movement in mood for 2020. You have exclusive merch available at biancagoolsby.com/shop. If you want to save 15%, use coupon code BET. So we doing all bets off today. All bets off. And let me go ahead and show you this news article so we could talk about it right here in the city of Tampa. So we could talk about it, about how there was bullets that was fired into this home. And this 3-year-old, they barely missed her spinal cord. This 3-year-old was Listen, this is the article, Tampa Bay Times, that was posted yesterday. Okay. Basically a drive-by shooting that took place. And this little girl he was just trying to give her daughter a bath and then was struck by bullet fragments. This is what took place yesterday in Temple Terrace. I don't see no selective. I see all the selective outrage. I don't see nobody outraged about this. I don't see nobody trying to tell on who, was trying to hurt this child or trying to hurt this father. And then shame on you, Tampa Bay Times. I'm calling you out on this one too, because I want to go to this particular line right here. Records show that the father's name, had no criminal convictions in Hillsborough County. First of all, Tampa Bay Times, not sure why that's relevant. Not sure why that was added on here. And that's the mess that I be talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't see nobody marching for this 3-year-old. I don't see that. People barely shared the article. They said, oh, that's so sad. And they moved on by their day. This 3-year-old has bullet fragments. Bullet fragments. In Temple Terrace and nothing. And then you got the Tampa Bay Times pulling up his criminal record to put it in the Tampa Bay Times. For what? He had no convictions. Why was that relevant, Tampa Bay Times? I want to know. Why was his criminal history, which he had none, why was that relevant to put in the paper? Oh, wait, because guess what? Typically, when there's a drive-by shooting, there's a preconceived notion that they had been involved with some criminal activity, and therefore it was a justification for them getting shot. Let's be real. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, folks. So while y'all out here want to play these political games, and while y'all out here want to kill each other, and I'm talking to the black people, since y'all want to be out here killing each other, politically, socially, whatever have you, y'all don't want to hold people accountable. What you want to do is spin narratives and not do what's best for everybody. Y'all have this selective outrage. I see nothing. I hear nothing about this particular situation, about the drive-by that took place at Temple Terrace, and this child has bullet fragments when she was taking a bath with her father. Her father was giving her a bath, and now she got bullet fragments. And it almost missed her spinal cord. That baby could have been paralyzed, but no one's talking about that. This is what's happening in the pandemic. So So let's talk about the selective outrage, shall we? Let's continue. So I see different news articles taking place, and listen, with Aubrey getting shot down and people running for Aubrey. We have Breonna Taylor that I told you guys about yesterday, the EMT who was asleep, who had 8 bullets in her body because the police was doing a drug raid. And when they did that drug raid, they did not recover any drugs. And the person that they was looking for was already in custody. I help me. I don't hear nothing. Nobody standing for her. I now see GoFundMe's. That situation happened 2 months ago. So I go back to this. First of all, social media is very complicit with this information. Why you didn't know about these situations taking place? Well, the algorithm didn't push it out. And while y'all out here playing these games on social media, the social media networks have figured out how to play and manipulate you, which is why I have a whole segment and I talk about the dangers of social media and why it's important for you to be intentional with the information that you receive. Because again, I keep repeating myself and I keep talking about how social media is complicit with allowing different organizations in different countries to target ads to the African American community to influence politics, influence anything that is divisive in the community. There was a whole group that was created by the Russians called Stay Woke, and it had a whole bunch of stuff with Black Panthers killing white folks, all that type of stuff. And you know what? There's a lot of groups that have Black in it, Black Lives Matter, that was flagged by Facebook. So you can't even rally together and you can't even communicate with each other on these different platforms because it violates the community terms and standards. And why it does that? Because of the alerts and stuff that be posted in these groups. Done strategically, mind you. So again, y'all have to wake up. Instagram is full of feeding y'all misinformation. This is why with that whole coronavirus, y'all want to think that was a game, think it was a joke. Y'all thought Bill Gates, 5G, I don't care about nothing about the conspiracy theories, but I guess what? Facebook didn't feed you the facts. And the people that you follow for the news, Shade Room, this, that, and third, they all complicit in it too. Because they're not giving you information. They want to give you the tea. And they know that they follow y'all. Everyone know about Shade Room. Well, guess what? They got Shade Room teens. And Shade Room teens target your children. And y'all not being intentional with your children and what they seeing on YouTube. So I'm going to bring that information to you. But this is the selective outrage that I'm talking about. The selective outrage is that I see all of this information going on, but I don't see a whole bunch of positive things going on. There are 2 twin boys that's in the Tampa Bay area that started a lawn care service. We need to give them a shout out. There's a young king who has street gamers right here in the city of Tampa. He has a whole, listen, I don't see a whole bunch of people talking about that, but yet y'all want to talk about Meat Mills, 6ix9ine, and all this type of stuff, and it's ridiculous. So let's go ahead and celebrate some Blackness, some Black excellence. This young king was the first Black valedictorian with the highest GPA in the state of Florida, going and attending South Brevard High School. This is the quote that he says. As of now, talking about his GPA, which is a record-setting GPA, he has a 5.6045 GPA, and he thinks that it'll be higher by graduation, but that's his number. He has earned the highest record GPA at a Hollywood school. I don't see this going viral. I don't see this being shared and disseminated. I don't see the celebration of Black lives, but I see all the trauma. I see all the games, but y'all don't want to talk about that. Okay, selective outrage when you have rappers that want to talk about justice, but yet their music and what they program into our kids' brains is something that's killing them. All of a sudden now you want to have Jay-Z, Meek Mills want to demand justice, but yet they rapping and singing about killing each other. Make it make sense. All this selective outrage, wonderful. I'm glad that y'all writing letters, but are y'all making music that's uplifting the community? Oh no, y'all talking about snitches get stitches. Y'all talking about all this stuff going on here. Y'all have selective outrage. Now you want to demand justice. But y'all want to demand justice when y'all was over there talking about popping pills, talking about Molly, talking about all this other stuff. Selective outrage. Enough is enough. I'm tired. All these rap stars want to talk about this, talking about some justice, but you ain't did justice in your own community with the music that you programming in these child's brain. I literally wrote a whole piece when I saw a 6-year-old talk about I got murder on my mind. It's a song. That 6-year-old boy was singing it at the convenience store. Okay? Help me. Help. So while y'all out here talking about some demanding justice and y'all not paying attention to your kids and what they watching. So guess what? We're going to go on a field trip today because I'm tired of the selective outrage. I'm tired of these people playing political games. And you got people in the Tampa Bay area. Listen to me real clear because I said what I said. You got people in the Tampa Bay area that want to be in these positions, that volunteer to be in these positions and say, I'm going to help the Black community. I'm going to do something. And then you know what? When you hold them accountable, then you become a threat. Then you become a problem. And then when you do something bad to harm the community and people are holding you accountable, you then go say, well, this is volunteer. I don't have to do this. But you put yourself in the position. The selective outrage, the selectiveness of how we want to move forward, and you have people harming the Black community and they want to scream unity at the same time. Selective outrage, make it make sense. You can't be out here sitting here quiet when people getting shot down, when you got music such as this, and you have companies that are profiting off of the Black dollar. You have all of this stuff going on and y'all sitting quiet. And then when someone want to hold you accountable to something, then all of a sudden you want to be like, oh, I'm volunteering or I'm elected. You got to follow me. Or you want to be a complicit gatekeeper and say, well, you have to go through me in order to get X, Y, and Z. Or why did you talk to such and such? Why you didn't tell me? Okay. So let's take a trip to YouTube so that y'all can see what your kids are watching. Because again, like I said, y'all want to go here, have this selective outrage. Okay. Y'all want to talk about all this, but guess what? I'm focused on the children. Your children are on YouTube, folks. YouTube was created to be a free platform for everyone to put content on. Anyone could share their views, ideas. And like I said, with freedom of speech and with that freedom, it comes with a price. And if you're not being intentional and watching the stuff that your children are watching and is being programmed in their minds, well, guess what? You're part of the problem too. So let's go. I'm going to show you what's trending on YouTube under the music department. Now, be very clear on this, folks. Okay? Be very clear. Once upon a time, we had music videos, and that would be on, MTV, 106 & Park, and people would love to wait until when the new music drops. When you had music videos, you had to comply by the TV broadcasting laws. So all them guns and la la la, whoop de whoop, and all of that would not be on that platform. Now you got music videos, and now they posted it on YouTube because it's a free platform where they can generate money. These people are generating, like this first video, 142 million views. 142 million views. Who's watching it? If it ain't you, somebody watched it. Maybe your kids watched it. Huh? Okay. So let's click on it. And Facebook and YouTube and these social media platforms are not going to get me for copyright. So therefore, I'm not playing the music. So you could watch the videos yourself trending on YouTube. But I'm just going to show you what the kids are watching. All right. Next one. Look, your kids watching this. Your kids watching this. This is not appropriate for TV. This is trending. This is trending on YouTube. So hello, wake up. I've been telling y'all about this. Check your child's cell phone. This is the stuff that's been programmed into your child's brain. They over here learning how to manufacture drugs and this, that, and the third right here on these music videos. This is what your kids are looking up to because you're not teaching them at home. And if you're not teaching them at home, they're going to look up to something. With all the gangs and all that type of stuff, let's get to the root. The reason why people join gangs is to have a family. Let's get to the root. So if you don't have strong family, if y'all not working together as a team, if y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing, guess what? There's going to be people on the outside grooming your children. There's grown men grooming these young boys to join these little cliques and these groups and these gangs because they don't feel that they belong. Because they're not getting affirmations at home. They don't feel special at home. And so guess what? They feel special in the streets. And they out here trying to get studio time. You got men that are predators and pedophiles doing stuff to children. You see what Lil Boosie caught up in? But that was old news. Selective outrage. Let's keep going. Okay. There's one I want to get to in particular because your kids follow them. He started his career on YouTube. His name is DDG. Your kids know who DDG is. The kids look up to him. He had a whole interview where he was talking about how the kids look up to him. This is his music video posted 19 hours ago. So this was during the quarantine. This was during the quarantine, folks. He making music videos. The kids follow him. The kids look up to him. He has 1.35 million subscribers, and most of them are children. He was featured in the news because his child fan base. He has made millions upon millions of dollars of your children watching YouTube and the ads that's playing to your children because you don't want to be intentional and teach your child. So guess what? This is what's teaching your child. YouTube. This is it. These lyrics have gotten worse and worse and worse. And you know why? Because it's not being played on TV that has to comply with laws. Now it's being placed on platforms such as Spotify and YouTube and all of these things that give freedom and flexibility because people have the authority to choose. And guess what? Your children are listening to it. Your children are watching it. Selective outrage. This is what's happening during the quarantine. Another popular YouTuber, Jake Paul. Jake Paul has more YouTube subscribers than Facebook, Google combined. He has over 20 million subscribers. He used to dedicate his content to kids. And just look at the recent videos that he has posted. This is the stuff that your kids are watching. This man got 20 million subscribers. 20. Okay. So who watching them? Kids. And he recently changed his content because YouTube changed the laws. Reason why YouTube changed the laws is I told you, I hate repeating myself. The FTC hit on YouTube because they were targeting ads to children, which is against the law. It is a violation of the COPPA policy. So they changed it. So now they're making content that is dedicated for not children, but children still watch the platform because y'all have allowed your child to get a tablet. Y'all have let it set it. They set it up. They own tablet. They have used their own email address and their own password to the tablet. You don't have your own. You don't have the password to it. They are allowed to freely download any type of apps and games that they so choose to desire. Okay. Look, let's look at the most popular apps. Okay. Most popular apps. You got okay. Talk about TikTok all the time. And there is a whole website dedicated to talk about children that die on TikTok. I'll show you. There's a whole website dedicated to children dying on TikTok. Okay. Most recent news. Guess what? Happened today. You see that date? May 14, 2020. Youngster suffers burn injury while trying to shoot TikTok video on a moving train. And this is all over. This is not just the United States, folks. This is all over. This is all the articles recent of children that died. This is not children that get in. This children that die. The same app, TikTok, where a child committed suicide. They called their PR team. They deleted the evidence before calling the police. Do I need to show y'all again? They got a whole suicide trend. The kids are dancing to this, that, and the third. Okay. But okay, I tell you, y'all need to check the cell phone. That's why I'm showing you this, because I'm tired of selective outrage. Y'all out here playing these games. You got elected officials playing games. You got people that represent organization playing games. And at the end of the day, guess who loses? The children. Okay, here we go. TikTok live stream user suicide. Then they got the PR strategy in place before calling the police. This was February the 6th, 2020. That's happened in 2020, folks. This happened in February. This ain't old news. This year. But listen, you let your child on the app, you dance, this, that, and third, all them racial videos taking place, all this right here. They done let this die. This child died. They did not let the authorities know. They deleted the video. The receipts right here, folks. This is the whole transcript, the timeline of their communication when the live stream started, and all the stuff. They contacted the PR team before they contacted the police, and the child committed suicide on their platform. But yeah, you let your child freely use this platform. You don't check who they following. You don't check whatever. Okay. And you know what? Your kids got OnlyFans pages now. Y'all know what OnlyFans are? Okay. Got no problem showing you, because I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Okay. Show you the website, what it look like. So OnlyFans, where you can connect with people. Guess what? People are monetizing inappropriate videos you have followed for $12.99 a month. Basically, there are people that are paying to follow somebody on social media. Okay. All I'm going to say is this, is that it is very important that you are intentional with how you use social media. With moving forward, y'all demanding justice, and nobody demanding justice for that drive-by. Everyone said, oh, it's just another day in the neighborhood. And nobody holding people accountable for the guns, the video of the kids, and they like adults. Those adults that I posted on TikTok, flashing those guns, doing a little challenge, pulling out their firearm and playing with guns, and nobody held them accountable. And you got all these killings. People want to be these pop killers because they see these music videos that are going viral, that's making money. And you guess what? Guess who orchestrates all of that? Black people don't run that. So guess what? Billions of dollars are circled around here about oppression. You got people making drug videos and everything else on YouTube. Okay. So, there's a whole trend where now, Chopped and Screwed is getting back in here in position. And I don't know if you know about Chopped and Screwed music, but let me go ahead and show you my screen. Okay. And then I'm going to end you with this. Okay, chop the screw videos. If you don't know why most of them have a purple tint, let me tell you, purple tint is referring to lean. Lean is the cough syrup drug that they have, okay, where they mix the codeine and syrup and all this stuff, and they make the little juice with it. That's why they have all of the purple tint. Come on, man. This is psychology. This is what's programmed into you. So the more that y'all continue to share this, the more that y'all continue to listen to this type of music, the more that the companies are going to say, oh, this is profitable. All of these millions of views. Who's watching it? I want to know. If you ain't on YouTube watching it, who's watching it then? Help me. So at the end of the day, I'm tired of the selective outrage. I'm tired of games being played. And here's some solutions for you. Number one, I want you to check your child's cell phone and see who and what they're communicating with and who they're communicating to. Because there are young men and women that are preying on your young child to get them involved in this type of activity because they see success in it. They don't see success when you barking orders at home and you still struggling. So they're going to look to someone that's successful to teach them. And the people that they see are successful are on the Shade Room teams. Let me go ahead, and I said I was going to end, but I really think that it's really important that y'all are intentional with this, because like I'm trying to save children's lives, and how I can save children's lives is letting y'all know about what's taking place on the internet, because that's where the kids are at. The kids ain't with y'all talking to y'all, having these meetings and all that. No, the kids are on social media. Okay, so let me show you Shade Room Teens so you can see what the heck is going on this platform, because I'm sure you don't follow Shade Room Teens because you're not a teenager. Okay, so let me show you what the teenagers, okay, 1.7 million followers, folks. Okay, so you got all this stuff. You got kids. They out here talking about edibles. They out here showing themselves. You got rumors of people messing around. All of this messy stuff. We ain't talk. I don't see nothing educational. I don't see nothing impactful. I don't see nothing to help move people forward. All I see is a bunch of people that they follow, and this is what I'm talking about. So when we talk about the value of education, well, guess what? These platforms that your children follow don't value education. So if you don't value education because there was some trauma with the lack of education that you received in the public education system or whatever have you, and then they're not following anything, whatever, this is the platform. This is all stuff that the teens are following, folks. This is the stuff. I don't see nothing educational. Okay, I all I see is a bunch of drama. I see people showing off their money. These kids are getting paid. These teenagers getting paid almost 10,000 plus. 10K a month for being a social media influencer, to spend time so that they can spend time with them online, so that way they can push ads and advertisements to make money off your children. So while you're not being intentional with your children, these people have found a way to get in touch with your children, to manipulate your children, so that way they can get more money, and they don't care about if your children is successful or not because they worried about their own success. Imagine that. So what is the value system of your child if all they do is follow this and they look up to this or the music that they listen to? Help me. This ain't talking about nothing about reading. Some of these captions and all this stuff in the Shade Room Teens have grammatical errors. And you got the kids fighting in the comments. Let me click on one. I stopped watching her music. It's clear Fashion Nova is paying y'all to post these people we don't know. They literally on here fighting with each other, going back and forth in the comments. Huh? She look weird. Huh? They laughing, they making jokes, they hating on each other, and then you wonder why the kids bullying each other at school and then want to contemplate suicide. Huh? So at the end of the day, folks, be intentional. Check your child's cell phone, because I can't keep telling y'all this selective outrage is crazy. How y'all want to demand justice for that man that was shot down jogging. Well, there was a whole drive-by shooting, crickets. We got summer school that's online when we have a digital desert where people rallying together support our children, crickets. And then y'all want to say, oh, well, we deserve better. Okay, y'all out here having these house parties and y'all throwing these little stuff and y'all posting it on the internet for it to go viral. Okay, And then when you go to the hospital, then you demand justice because they're going to skip you because you don't have health insurance. Okay. Look, I don't have selective outrage. Keep that same energy. And again, I'm calling it out. I'm calling it out because again, people are dying. Our black people are dying. Our children are dying. This baby got bullet fractures in her because there was a drive-by shooting. And then the Tampa Bay Times want to pull up this man's criminal record to see if to justify if the drive-by shooting was something appropriate or not. I don't know why Tampa Bay Times decided to pull up his record and then post it in a receipt, but that's the stuff that I'm talking about. That's exactly the stuff I'm talking about. So again, y'all have these selective outrages, and our kids are losing. The division, the divide is real. I'm so concerned about what our education is going to look like after this pandemic and how we going to try to move through schools. And like I said, it's far from over. Go get a VPN and go see what's taking place in China. They have whole stations that set up. You got children that got face guards, PPE. They have their masks. They have hand sanitizer stations. And yet some of the schools don't even have working AC and or soap. Huh? So while y'all out here playing these games, I hope that y'all be very intentional with it because our kids are dying. And y'all out here want to celebrate these people. You want to celebrate, oh, I'm glad Jay-Z and Meek Mill and all that, writing letters, demanding justice. But they weren't screaming justice or doing nothing with justice work when they were singing music about popping mollies and popping pills and popping pee and everything else that our children are listening to, that's being programmed and being normalized and desensitized that this is okay. I'm going to end y'all with that. I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. There was so many comments, y'all. I'll go back and look. Oh, by the way, I got new rules for Morning Tea and Allegations. So if you're not on here live, you're going to have to catch the replay on YouTube because there's people that write comments on here. Shout out to the school board members. Oh, by the way, if sis don't turn in her campaign report, her late fee going to be $500. So I really hope that she get that together. But anywho, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this. It takes a lot of work for me to put this together and show you guys this and manipulate my screen to really show you guys what's going on and play all this stuff. So it takes a lot of resources and energy. So thank you guys for supporting me and loving me. And again, I call it out. Don't have selective outrage or selective participation. Y'all out here killing each other and then want to say free my boy, this, that, and third. Don't want to hold people accountable. And then y'all want to have this whole snitches get stitches, but then how we gonna hold people accountable if you don't want to rise people up and keep them accountable? But anyway, I'm gonna end you with that. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a great day, and until next time, please keep my name about your mouth and mind your business.